Okay, let's do this again, shall we? So, I deleted the other one because my fucking internet's being weird. Don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi. Yeah, sorry. Okay, right. Let's start this again. Hi guys, welcome back to this. Excuse me, if you're seeing this post the live itself, basically, just want to do a quick sort of catch up with everyone, see what everyone is, and yeah, just sort of go into what's in store in the way of what I'm doing in general compared to what the videos will be. Obviously, hopefully, some things are planned. What happened there? Yeah, your name is quite appropriate, really. Hi, mate. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Basically, this is take 2 on the live stream, just because my Wi-Fi went down because it's being a twat, because Sky is shit. But you pay what you get. You get what you pay for, I guess. But yeah, no. In the way of like stuff coming in the future, this weekend I'm up at the National Army Museum doing a talk in conjunction with the Vickers Machine Gun and Research Association collection. So many words. And then the weekend after, I'm at We Have Waste Fest, which is very different to any other event you'll ever go to. Like, it is hard work considering I'm down there with the Monty's Men guys, but in the way of the public you get there is very, very different, like extremely different. Like, they're much more engaged. They've spent a lot of money to be there. The actual what they put on there as well, with the way of the talks going on, and just stuff like that. It's great. It's really, really good. Really, really good. So it's great. And then I've got Odyssey in August. Haven't been there for a few years, so it'll be fun to go to again. But yeah, it's just one of those things. So hope everyone's doing all right. The one person that is here, I think, at the moment. Apologies to the other people who were in here previously. Again, the Wi-Fi went down, so that's fun. But in the way of things in the future, in conjunction with the last video I did in regards to riot kit, well, early riot kits during Operation Banner, in the way of 1969, 1970, I will do a conjunction video to that in regards to a full kit, full loadout, as some people use. I'm not really greatly fond of that word, but that sort of explains what I mean. Of British soldier in Northern Ireland 69, 70, with that kit on, basically. Kind of in the sort of way Summer Moore from Rough and Moore does it, but with footage rather than sort of still pictures and that. We kind of do that sort of way. See what we can do, because that'd be really interesting. That'd be really interesting to do, especially because some of the kit in that, if anyone's seen the previous video, is quite rare. Like, say, the shield, the aluminium ones, and now the new edition as well, which wasn't in the video originally, is the M52A flak. So yeah, so things of that nature, really. So that'd be really good. Yeah, we have someone else join us. Awesome, fantastic. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing all right. It's only going to be like a brief, well, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever, live stream, but it'd be good. Quite a cool thing as well, like Fairford Tattoo's been on today. Sorry, the practicing for Fairford Tattoo. How you doing, mate? Again, sorry about that earlier. Wi-Fi went down, which is fun. Yeah, Fairford Tattoo. They've been practicing today because it starts tomorrow and until Sunday, so that's going to be quite cool. Probably going to see a lot of that maybe when I'm at work tomorrow. Hopefully a bit, and then probably won't get much of it on Saturday, as I said, about National Army Museum for a talk. And while I'm doing a talk, it's the whole we're doing in basically for the 100th anniversary of the disbandment of the Machine Gun Corps, so that'll be really good. So yeah, things of that nature. So it's gonna be really, really interesting. So watch the space, because I'm going to try and get some footage tomorrow. If I can film my talk, no, not tomorrow, Saturday. If I'm going to try and get some footage as well, so that'd be quite good. I'm still waiting on footage from other places regarding other things, so I'll let you know on that. So, because there's the talk I did at Living History Festival, I'm waiting on the footage for that. I have asked, but I'm still waiting. So hopefully I'll get that soon. Because I want to put that up on the channel, because that was really good. I was really happy with that. But yeah, the talk on Saturday will be basically about the kit and equipment and uniforms of machine gun crews within the Great War and the Second World War. So that's going to be really, really interesting, really, really fun to do. So hopefully it goes really, really well, and it should do. It should be fine. It should be fine. But yeah, well, someone's got a barbecue on. I really want to go now. But yeah, things of that nature. And obviously I've got, as I said, the We Have Ways Fest, where we're doing Kings of Scottish Borders with the Monty's Band. So things like this. I've got to do some sewing and cutting and goodness what else. And so Kings of Scottish Borderers, and then Divisional Insignia. You see that's the rampant line for 15th Division. A bit backwards. And then other things. I've got the Arms of Service Stripes, and I'm commanding the gun group, or Bren group, so I'm an Lance Corporal for that. So it'll be good, really good. So yeah, so I've got a lot of stuff. Got a very, very busy week ahead. Very busy week. So yeah, it's just one of those things. Just one of those things. And so, in regards to the series, the two that are going on the channel at the moment, one of which has basically just taken a massive hiatus, or the whole channel's taken a hiatus, I should say. But the one that has is the Falkland stuff. I had stuff planned in the works, and it's just fallen through, I'm afraid. So hopefully I can do. I know I was meant to do stuff for the anniversary, and when the guys landed in St. Carlos, etc. But it just never materialized. I basically done stuff similar, and what I had available at the time, it was a bit ambitious. It just wasn't great. In the way of British Army webbing and equipment, that will be progressing. Once I get my stuff together for next weekend, so not this weekend coming, but the weekend after, the Way of Ways, I will do a fallout of my kit when everything's all ready, when it's all badged up, all ready to go, and I will do it like that. So that really, really good, I think. So I hope you'll enjoy that video. Which will be on 1937 pattern late war, because I did 37 pattern early war, and I did one on 08 pattern before that, and then after that it should be 44 pattern, just a general thing, and I will just mention minor differences of like post-war 37 at the end of the video probably, and then we go on to 1958 pattern after 44. So yeah, basically things of that nature. We'll probably look at the early and the later for 58 as well, just because I can. Oh, it sounds like a jet's going over. Probably. Let's have a look, see what's going over, shall we? If you can see it. If it shows. Oh, some light recon aircraft like Pipers and that apparently going over. Apparently. Sorry, there's an app on my phone I can like check. What's it called? Aircraft, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I can hear the aircraft. I can't see it. Oh well. Yeah. So things of that nature going forward. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good. As I said, I'm going to try and get some footage this Saturday. Maybe if I can film my talk. If I can't, then that's one thing. But if I can, that'd be amazing. And then hopefully try and get some photos and footage from We Have Ways as well, because that'd be amazing. That'd be really, really good to get, especially with the quality of kit being brought to that kind of thing. In the way of the guys who Monty's Men, they've they're very particular, I could say, to the point of annoyancy, but it will be good. I had a lot of fun last time. We're basically eating compo for the weekend, and weather was a bit grim on Sunday, but the Saturday was great. The Saturday was really nice weather, and I absolutely was completely knackered. I was absolutely knackered, so that was fun. But yeah, hope everyone's okay. What you guys been up to anyway? That everyone's been good. Yeah, I've just been getting a few things ready, like chargers and goodness. Hi Joe, hi again. Sorry about that, mate. Sorry, the Wi-Fi went down because, as I said before, Sky are really shit. So that's fun. As I said again, I hope your dad's all right. Oh, my back. But yeah, so I'm just going to get a few things ready today. Oh, excuse me. Got all my small kit ready. Well, roughly about anyway. It's getting there. And because I said I've got to be Lance Corporal for this as well, I've got to carry field of it. So I've got to carry machete. And what else? Binos. So that'll be fun. Oh, cool. Oh, hi Matt. It's you, mate. Hi, how are you doing, buddy? Sorry. Jesus Christ. I've just realised it's you. Hell, welcome to the live stream. Now you see what I do. Croak got 7 people. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing all right. Yeah, but no. Were you working today, Matt? Or will I see you tomorrow? Fucking hell. Yeah, it's about 22 Celsius here. So I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but fairly, it's all right. It's not too warm. This Sunday's going to be like fucking death because apparently it's going to go close to 40. Let me just double check. Jesus. Sunday apparently going up to 31, but might probably even more. Yeah, I hope you're right, Matt. Yeah, yeah, it's not too bad. It's warmish, but it's not bad. So yeah, but I've just been basically just watching the practice for Fairford Esher tomorrow. But yeah, so Spitfires and Typhoons and a couple of F-16s earlier, Red Arrows, all that sort of shit. Yeah, that's been right to watch. Been quite cool, which is nice for a change. Shame I'm not off tomorrow, because I would happily watch it because I've got a great spot in my room. I can literally look straight towards RAF Fairford, and it covers like the whole skyline. Shame I can't get up onto Folly Tower. So there's a hill literally just up the road there with a big tower on it, which you can visit it as a public on certain days and that. But or you have to book for like a party or whatever. But that would be a perfect place just to watch it. It'd be amazing. Probably quite a good place to do your drone as well, Matt. Wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, it's just chilling and trying to get things ready for the weekend. So that's gonna be fun. Still bricking it about doing a talk in front of people, but it's not just like it's on a small scale in like a small building at a festival run by your friends or whatever. It's in the National Army Museum in Chelsea, so it's like Jesus fucking Christ. But you know, it'd be good. Oh, Something's coming over. Sounds like a helicopter. What the fuck is that? No idea. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Yeah, not really much else, really. As I said, this is going to be a fairly shortish live stream. I'll go on for about 15, 20 minutes or so, just to sort of, as this is like a catch-up kind of thing, because haven't posted me for a while. My text is working, got my money paid off. Oh, wicked. Oh, good to know, mate. That's good. It probably looks friggin' ace. Put anything fancy on it, or just gone like box standard, just like with iron sights, or have you got optics on there? The fuck is going on out there? Sorry, weird screaming. Might be children, but I have no idea. Whatever it is, it's fucking annoying. But yeah. Yeah, in the way of stuff for the future, videos wise and all that sort of shit, it's it's fairly difficult. So we will be having, if I try and turn it a bit, so this one here, been let that by, I think I've shown it in a previous video, I'm not sure, or maybe something else, I don't know. Oh, well, actually, no, I showed it in a live stream when I was. No, I didn't. Don't worry, forget what I'm saying. So yeah, that kit I've been lent by a friend to do a video on. So that will be going up on the channel. Someone haven't recorded it yet because I'm still just trying to get everything else sorted down. This sort of thing. I could do it. I could have done it today, but it's motivation is not really there, which is fun. So yeah, that's French F1 kit from like sort of late 80s, well, mid late 80s, whatever it is. Basically, you sort of around the adoption of the ether mass. So that'd be really, really cool. That'd be really, really good. So stay tuned for that kind of thing. Again, it's going on sort of that edge of alternative kits and alternative uniforms and whatever to the standard British ones I do on the channel, really. Because obviously, if you guys might have seen one of the previous videos where I was at the Overlord show, where I covered a lot of Eastern Bloc Cold War kits and some Swiss kit as well. Where I had some couple of my friends on that. So that was really, really good. That was really interesting. And that was good to learn. And a lot of guys, people were quite thinking about that. So. How you doing, Alvin? Hope you're doing well, mate. Welcome to the boring fest that is this live stream. Yeah, no, it's right. As I said, yeah, the French F1 kit will be coming up in a video hopefully soon. So that really looks great on the mannequin. Actually, I quite like, and honestly, that helmet is so comfortable, so comfortable. I'll quickly grab it actually. Like it's ludicrously comfortable. It's got like a suspension system. If it wants to fucking show on the light, there we go. You can't see it there. Let's do this properly. There we go. It's got like a suspension system, but also like the like a foam pad covered in leather, and it is ridiculously comfortable. It's a weird shape, and especially with the camouflage scrim all over it, and like makes it like a lily pad, but it's such a comfortable helmet, and yeah, and it's quite light as well. It's almost like but it's obviously the French one, so it's almost like an M1 helmet, but frogged up a bit. So, but no, it's ridiculously comfortable, which is great, which is nice for a change. Then again, I'm guessing if you're not fighting actually any wars, you've got money to spend on Gucci comfortable kit. To an extent, obviously some French kit is debatable, but all in all, it's a nice looking setup. And I look forward to doing a comparison on it, which will probably be with British Soldier of the mid 80s. So still the SLR, etc. And at that point, probably using the Mark 6 helmet, but with SLRs still. So that'd be nice. Or what's the Mark 6 helmet anyway? But yeah, that'd be really interesting to go into. Doing fine. I fucking don't blame me, mate. Yeah, you can have a look around briefly or whatever. Shows sort of, yeah. I love that painting though. Yeah. I did a video doing like a little tour of the room. I'll probably do another one. I do need to get a new rail because that one broke last night. So that's fun. So that fucking snapped off, which is great. Oh, it helps if I actually show it. There we go. So that was fun. So that scared the shit out of me when that fell. Got about $2,500 worth of uniforms just fell onto the floor, and that was like one of the loudest snaps I've ever heard. I thought someone broke their leg. That was great. So I've got to replace that with money I don't have. So fan-bloody-tastic. That wasn't cheap either. That was like 30, 40 quid. Then again, there was a lot of weight on there, and it's like a weird, like, I don't even know, but that broke. But yeah, no, it's just one of those things. I've forgotten what I was talking about beforehand now. No idea. Oh yeah, the French kit. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be really good. And I might have some other add-on things to add to that in the future. Had 2 storage carrying clothes in bins because they were too heavy. Yeah, I'm beginning to find that out. I prefer hanging them up. That's the thing, to put them in storage boxes, just because I can see them. They're easy to grab. But I have done storage boxes before. I just found, yeah, it just want to. They were inking them out right out. Oh bloody hell! Jesus Christ. Yeah, I've thought about. I would like to get like one of the heavy duty like shop rails, the like thick metal kind of ones that sort of stand up on their own. They're like secured to the floor, rather than the cheap ones you can get from like Argos or wherever for like 20 quid. I don't mind spending a bit of money on it in general. Well, when I have the money, that is, to know that it will last. So it was annoying because that was a perfect width for the sort of slot it's in at the moment. So that's a bit of a shame, but you know, swings and fucking roundabouts. Yeah, just one of those things, isn't it? One of those things. But yeah, if anyone's getting any ideas of where to get them in the UK, that aren't too expensive, but they're not that cheap bracket of like 20, 30 quid where they're going to last about a fortnight under the weight of what I've got on there. It is a lot of weight. I'm surprised that held up for so long. It was Boeing for like months, and I've had that, God, probably since January, maybe January. Been quite a long time I've had that. But yeah, that broke last night. So fun times. That was a story that didn't probably need to know. But yeah, so they sort of, some of the things line up for the future. Really, there's not much. Yeah, it's been one of those sort of periods. Obviously, I had the wedding, which was great. Honeymoon, got fucking COVID, so that was brilliant. But still managed to do the Vickers shoot at Bisley, where we had 16 Vickers machine guns firing downrange, and it was with about 16,000 rounds. It was insane. The amount of firepower was just, yeah, it's crazy. I was thinking of making out of pipes and rolling clothes around that. That's an idea. Yeah, that's an idea. Like, Yeah, the thing is, it's so much wool. There's so much wool on there. It's so heavy. And yeah, the cotton and wool content on that rail alone is insane. So if I can try and show you without knocking everything off the fucking side, mind there's might be a bit of mess, but yeah. So there. So where all the that's where it's all come down, which is fantastic. So fun times. But no, using pipes sounds actually quite a good idea actually. I'll give that a go. I think I might be able to source them as well. It's just depending on getting something to support it. I could probably do it from the wall, but then again, I don't want to pull the wall apart, like as you said, your ones pull straight at the wall. But I'll see what I can do anyway. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Or I just revert to putting them back into storage boxes. But the fact is, storage boxes take up way more room, and they don't hold as much, depending on what you get as well. And it's just, again, it's easier. I can see what I want. I don't have to dig through storage boxes. It's like off the rail, boom, done, like in a shop. Yeah. Don't get me started. Like it snapped last night, and I went, "What the?" I was right here, and it snapped, and I went, "What was that?" And I just looked, and it just like all the clothes just crumpled to the floor. I was like, "Oh, well that was great." Then it wasn't something major. Like, yeah, it's just one of those things. And saw some stuff. Yeah, just one of those things. I was doing. Hey Kenny, how you doing? Well, mate. Just talked about like how my rail is now dead. That was holding up all my uniforms and everything, so which is great. Yeah, it's just one of those things that happens. Oh, excuse me. It's not the best thing, but yeah, can't be helped. But yeah, and I hope to do once I get a new rail. Hey Tom, I'm good. Hope you're good too. Excuse me. Yeah, no, it was it was just what the fuck when that fell. So, which is great. But yeah, no, it's been alright. As I said, I'll try to do another room tour when I've got a new rail in, and do some videos on some items I haven't done in a long time. I use clear flat bags, the armaments. Yeah, oh, like the vacuum bags. Yeah, I did that before. I found they are good. They're a pain in the ass to move, and also every time I open one, which probably regularly because I uniforms come off the rail fairly frequently. For mannequins when I want to change stuff over, when I'm trying something out, and etc. Things in that nature, and when I want to do something, some work on one for whatever reason. Mainly because I've got two torso mannequins and the full body mannequin now, so things come off a lot because I generally change things around a lot because my interest in something varies sometimes from week to week. So depending on what I'm watching, what I'm consuming, so it's all fun. Different clothing stores sell off their fixtures. Yeah, that is true. Actually, that is true. I can always have a look on that because I had a look on Facebook Marketplace. It probably seems to be the best place at the moment to get them from, which is good. Coat racks, I meant. Yeah. Oh yeah, true. Coat racks, yeah. Should have gone to Debenhams and got some free ones. Yeah. Sold a lot of their stock. I could probably looking at work really, see what they've got spare, which is a lot. But then again, in this case, getting home, but it's one thing, isn't it? Oh, excuse me, sorry. Oh, it's been a long day. Doing nothing. So, but yeah, as I said, I look on Facebook Marketplace because there's always like maybe like a shop owner or whatever getting rid of some fixtures, which is always fun. But But yeah, no, that one was. I think it was from. It was maybe by Habitat or something. I'm not too sure, but it held up a long time. It was quite sturdy, and it's. It's almost like it's. I don't know. It's like a weird plastic mix. It's almost like fibers. So I don't even know. It held up really well though. It was really, really good. But wasn't to be. Held its last piece of clothing. So, but yeah, that'll be a thing for the future. Hopefully sooner rather than later. There's more jets going over because Fairford Air Show starts tomorrow. In Tattoo starts tomorrow, which is gonna be, I think it's Fairford Tattoo, and goes from Friday to Sunday. So there's gonna be a lot of activity skyward, which would be really, really cool. But yeah, go on for a couple more minutes, and then we're not cutting the air just because I want to have some food. I am starving. But yeah, anything you want to sort of see that I might have in the way of like for a video or something, please let me know in the comments in here or either any of the videos. Is anyone from Manchester area around? So, oops. Okay. Going to make my own stamp display, keep moving. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'm hopefully getting a display case eventually, a display case to put some stuff in here. The problem is the way the room is you can probably see by the ceiling, it slants down towards the floor over there. So there's two windows. There's this one here and there's that one there. So, and then here, you can probably see like you got the wall there. It goes along from the door back there, and there's like a step of like probably like a meter or so that goes in there where the rack of where the rail was. Going to make my own stamp for displaying. Oh yeah, sorry, I just read that. And I'll double check for you, Tom, as well, if groups are around Manchester way, because I know there's I've got friends that live in Birmingham, and I've got friends who live in Preston. I've got friends who lived in Preston who are in a group. So, what is your opinion on Model 2 British kits? Is it bad compared to other countries? It does depend who you talk to. Sorry, I'll quickly get into that. As I said, like there's a step in there. So finding space comparative to where I can put things is a bit of a nightmare. So I've been offered a flat display case that could probably go in the court down there, and it can be opened easily and stuff can go in. That'd be quite cool. And I want maybe like something to go on top of the cupboard here and so on and so forth. I'll probably go from everything of what people think. Oh, tell me about it, mate. Honestly, it's so weirdly frigging designed. Like this house. This house is lovely, but it's designed very, very weirdly. I love this room though. It is great. Like the skylight style windows are really, really good, and especially again for watching the air show, awesome. Yeah, it depends who you're asking in the way of kit. I personally think British kit is actually quite good. Of the Second War as well, it's like it's very utility driven in the way of it's built for a purpose rather than built for flash. Really, it's built to work, and built to last as well. It's built to last a long war, which Britain was expecting. Really, they didn't want. But they were expecting they possibly might be in for a long war. So you have like the battle dress blouse and trousers and that. The trousers are high waisted, the blouse is short. It sort of goes off, taking inspiration from the ski wear in the 30s, which was very popular. The equipment was a step on from 08. Personally, I think 08 Pattern was much better equipment. I think if they'd just used like the. Just a minute, I'm still live. So that. If they basically, I would say if they basically just updated 08 Pattern with 37 pattern pouches, which is what they technically did with some pouches for guys who still had 08 pattern. They could just put larger buckles on the 37 pattern pouches. I think if they did that and still kept the 08 pattern thing, but just like adopted stuff to go with it, I think that would have been a much better equipment. I think keep everything of the 08 pattern, but make it 37. It's sort of, maybe that might have been maybe a better choice than 37 pattern webbing as it stands, because 08 pattern is very comfortable. It's much more easy, I think, to use in that sort of way. So I'd say adopt the 37 pattern pack, so with a larger haversack, with the make it separate, so like it is in the 37, where you could take it off separately, etc. Sorry, that was the dog going off because we got someone looking at the washing machine at the moment. So that'd be good. Does the US have best war kit in World War II? Yes and no. Cotton based, they're very, very good. When it comes to winter, cotton doesn't do very well in the way of uniforms for the winter periods, obviously. So that's one thing. Wool obviously does better, so British and Germans probably fared better in the way of like it depends, not really in the Russian steppe, but thing is, your kit generally evolves around what your tactics and what your weaponry is. For example, the Americans aren't carrying ammunition really within the squad level for their automatic squad weapon, like the BAR. The BAR gunner carries his own ammunition, because that was a squad automatic weapon for the squad or section in British terminology. So unlike with British troops, the Bren, each man is carrying at least 2 Bren magazines who aren't in the Bren group. So everyone carries ammunition, which means they need pouches to contain that, like the 37 pattern. Hey John, hope you're doing, mate. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, they're each carrying ammunition for the gun group within the British section. So they need the way of carrying it. Americans on that sort of thing, unless it depends on the role. It really depends on the role. It depends on what you're doing. It depends what branch you're in. It depends it goes from unit to unit depending on how it is, really, especially with specialized units, like if you're engineers or if you're the regular infantry or you're armored or you're airborne or whatever. It really, really depends. Soviets had the worst kit. Right at the beginning during Operation Barbarossa in 1941 and against the Finns, yes, it wasn't great. By the later part of the war, again, depending on the unit, they had quite good kit in Germany. No, it's just a 68 pattern, mate. I'm just using it to sort of shield from the glare on the window at the moment. It's quite a nice 68. Yeah, like for a few years now. I got it actually from Verestuluka, whatever it is, the one in Finland. So don't worry, mate. I know what you meant. No, it's just summer 68. But yeah, I would say the Brits had quite good equipment generally. Helmets left a lot to be desired up until they came out with the Mark III. Rifles, much in the way of how the war was to be, it didn't really matter that much, especially in the Second War. The squad support weapon, if it be BAR, MG34, 42, the DP for the Soviets, or the Bren for the British, that was the main firepower of the section. Oh yeah, it absolutely is, mate. Yeah, absolutely is. It's a huge thing. Like all different periods of history. Like if you look at Military Odyssey, for example, which is held in Kent, you have multiple periods. It's insane. And that's just one event. You've got like the Victory Show, or you've got Yorkshire at War, just some of the larger ones or so. War and Peace, which it's for other reasons people don't go that so much anymore, but that used to be one of the biggest and one of the best in the country. So yeah, but yeah, it is fairly good, big. But yeah, no, it is very, very popular, extremely popular, and getting more so with a lot of other people. There is things within it which can be frustrating in the way of people you deal with or whatever it is. But in general, no, it's great, and it is building up steam, and especially lately, it gives you access to a lot of other things that I wouldn't, for example, wouldn't have had a chance to get involved with really. So from doing talks to being involved with other associations who deal with the MOD, for example, which is amazing. So yeah, it's just one of those things. Yeah, Yorkshire at War. Yorkshire at War. I think it's Yorkshire at War. I know John Shanahan in the chat is going to that one. I think. I think it's Yorkshire at War. Stitch Nazis. Oh yeah. Yeah. That is one of the annoying things. Is you've got people who, like myself, who will helpfully constructively criticize or give help to someone who is struggling or whatever, or give tips or whatever, where they can get maybe this or whatever, or how can they change it to improve, etc. Oh yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah, Yorkshire Wartime Experience. Yeah, cheers, John. To help someone improve on their impression, if that makes any sense. But there are people. There are people who take it too far, almost act like they're offended by it, which I understand to a point. But there's no need to be an arsehole about things. You shouldn't just go up to someone randomly and immediately just point out that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, and then just sod off. And you should be like, oh, just introduce yourself, say hello, or even if you know them, be polite and just explain like, oh, just to let you know, this might be a better way to do it, or this is probably the best place to get this or whatever. Don't. There's no need to make that person feel like crap, and if they're doing it deliberately and they don't care, then there's nothing we can do. That person has the right to do whatever they want, so you can't change people just like, yeah. There's a way, there's a good way, and there's a wrong way. I don't mind constructive criticism, but some are just, yeah, exactly. Some are just plain rude. Yeah, there's people that are just assholes. That's where the whole FARB thing comes from. So people say, oh, this person's a FARB. I said, well, maybe, but do they know? Are they aware? Some people do generally just take the piss and don't give a shit that they're being FARB or inaccurate or whatever. They just want to do what they want to do, which is you can't control. But again, on the other side of that, there are people who take it too far, and who make that person feel like absolute crap, and in front of people as well. It shows. Like, people come up to you and like blast you for this, that, and the other. So, well, you didn't have to do it like that. There could have been a much more better way of going about that. But whatever. That I don't know. I would not say very, very few shows are free. I see Jake do something wrong. I call him. Exactly. Like when it's friends and that, when you know the person, like, and you know they should. For example, if they should know what's right, but they're not, it's like, yeah, you can call them out on that kind of thing. but it's not like it's you're being aggressive or you're being an arsehole about it. I think you're just generally trying to help someone. So, but if someone doesn't want help, that's their prerogative. If they say they don't want your help and they still carry on, yeah, it's a case by case thing. It's a minefield when it comes to it. Because especially these days, everyone's got, oh no, you can't say that, you can't say this. So, well, yes, you can. Obviously, depending on the context, but yeah, £15 on the gate. That's not too bad. That's better than probably what War and Peace would be, because War and Peace is stupidly fucking expensive, and why would you go to it anymore? But generally, with not going to events sometimes, it's generally down to who's running it in the way of do they care about the event or do they care about putting more money in their pockets? Normally the latter. And especially with the past year or so, events being cancelled, like, oh, we're cancelling this event due to Ukraine. You're a 1940s railway event. Why are you cancelling? Makes no sense. Like, like you're cancelling a railway 1940s event because Russia invaded the Ukraine. Like we're as a country, we're saying enough money there for you to probably keep yourself open for a while. Like Jesus Christ, I just don't even know. Don't even know. Like, do you really think like anyone from Ukraine is going to get offended because someone is dressed in World War II uniform at a railway event for the 1940s? Beggars fucking belief. I don't know. No, £15 not bad on the gate. Not bad at all. Looks like we're going a bit longer. So that we go to an hour because more people have joined. So which is really good. But yeah, no. Going back to sort of kit wise, I think brick kit's actually alright. I know some people have this thing, whatever. Like generally, service rifle was one of the best of the bolt actions of the war. The other light arms really really good. The squad machine gun was good. Obviously being the Bren. Again, designed and built for a long war. So much so that it was still in service in the 90s. MG34 was not. It was way too complicated. People say, oh, well, the MG3 is still in service. Yeah, but it's not an MG42. Like, and again, the MG42, 43s were designed in a sort of different way to what the Bren is. The Bren is a more of a obviously it's a light machine gun, but it's much more utilitarian in the way of it's box magazine fed, not belt fed, so it's much more easier to use in that sort of way. Easier to carry ammunition, a lot easier. Yeah, it's a much more different sort of experience. But American kit again, good anyway. Especially later on in the war. I think with anything like kit gets slightly better as it goes later on, depending. Well, Germans, yes and no, depending on who you were and what unit you were in, and whereabouts you were, I guess. But yeah, it's one of the things. I hope that answers your question, Tom. I know it's sort of maybe a bit long-winded and a bit dinged up with other things, but no worries, John. See you in a bit. Oh, excuse me. But again, I'll do. If you want to check out my videos, Tom, in the way of 37 pattern women, or well, the current one at the moment, which is early war, you can see the early part of the war. It's very much of there's room for improvement, but it's not so much the actual webbing. It's more of like what else is being carried alongside that, compared to what you'll see in the next video in the series, the later war, where you're carrying stuff that's useful for what you're doing. Going to buy a latex old man mask. Get cheap. Oh yeah, God yeah. So I mentioned that about earlier, John. because I've got to do Insignia and God knows what else. Maybe this evening or later, or maybe early next week. That's gonna be fun. So I've got to cut these down to an inch square, which is I'm not looking forward to that, just because I don't want to fuck up. And then sew them on, sew these on. Oh, just so much nightmare. If you're getting, yeah, it's just one of those things. Pardon me. But yeah, pardon me, Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's just one of those things. You pick up a lot of different skills, I would say, doing reenacting living history, etc., etc. I've gotten better at sewing. I still hate it. I still absolutely despise sewing, but it's necessary. But I've gotten better at it as time has gone on. I've gotten quicker. I used to be very, very slow. It used to take me like too much time to do